you're interesting because you live in Boise, Idaho today. So you moved out of the Bay Area to Boise, and you serve now the Northwest and Northern California. But your mode of transportation, tell us about your mode of transportation around the region.
So in 2021, I turned 40 and got myself a present that has now become the family van. So I have a van called Miles. We named the van.
Okay.
It's a Sprinter van, but it has intention because for me, while commuting back and forth from the Bay Area and during COVID, I really was restricted with my travel, and so I didn't like that, and I wanted to have my freedom, and so I bought a Sprinter van for mainly my birthday, and just wanted to treat myself because I don't really get to do that. If you know me, I'm very frugal sometimes, and so it allowed me, as I travel once a month for about a week. We homeschool our kids, so my wife gets to visit the family while I make my rounds, and then we congregate and we head back. And then I kind of repeat that once a month. And then on top of that, with living in Idaho, there's so many beautiful areas to visit, like Yellowstone and Hot Springs and McCall and Redfish Lake and Stanley. They're only an hour and a half, 2 hours away, Sun Valley, and so I felt like in order to explore all these beautiful areas, it'd be nice to have something like a Sprinter van to be able to travel. Admittedly, I don't do as much camping or outdoor activities as I would like, but it gets its miles on on the van a lot with just the travel that I do for work, and makes it very convenient. I'm on a cleanse right now that allows me to store everything in my refrigerator and make these trips and move office to office and not really feel like I'm lugging luggage around or moving in and out of hotels, because I can utilize that as kind of a base.
Yeah, well, that's different. I don't know anyone else that's traveling around as a regional in a Sprinter van. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you can spend the time in Idaho. You can you're in market often in NorCal, and your family goes with you. Is that what you're?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, my family is so important. When you lose your house in 2017 in the NorCal fires, which changed my life in a positive way. I think that ultimately people could be sad for me or feel like I'm upset by that, but ultimately it pushed me to leave the organization that I was with because I was scared, and it was the best decision that I made. Getting back into the IMB space and feeling fulfilled in the job that I was doing to serve my people. So I'm definitely excited for this opportunity and just the ability for me to drive my van around, because now driving here over the last 2 days, it's really not that bad. Especially drove into the Tri-Cities market, was about a 4-hour drive, and then from there into Yakima, and then another 2.5 hours into Everett, where I'm here today. And so not that bad. And then we'll make my trip down to Oregon in the next day or two, and then back home. And so I've enjoyed the landscape and the opportunity.
Yeah, well, I think you'll like it more. You get to go to Montana and some of those markets. It'd be very cool.